Hi guys, it's Thursday, so welcome back to Chef Jocelyn Live here on Facebook. And also welcome back to our series 30 Minutes to Soups, Chilies, and Stews. And so as you guessed today, we are going to do chili. So today's recipe is Chef Jocelyn's chili with cheese dogs. So like with any of these recipes in this series, it's 30 minutes and then right to the table so you guys can enjoy the food. So what you want to do, guys, is join me on in the kitchen and we'll get to cooking. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday evening and it's 7:30, so you know it's Chef Jocelyn Live doing a cooking demo. And today we're going to hop right in. If you saw my intro, we're going to do Chef Jocelyn's chili plus cheese dogs. And I have a kind of a shortcut on how to do cheese dogs. This recipe is really fun for kids. It's really fun for the big kid of us and like our adults. So we're going to hop right on in. We're going to go ahead and get started. So what you're going to need today for today's recipe, and also guys, don't pay attention to my labels. You can use whichever ones that you like, and that's really completely up to you. So for today's recipe, you are going to need 8 ounces of tomato sauce. You're going to need 2 cans, 14.5 ounces each of diced tomatoes. You're going to need 1 cup of yellow onion and 1 cup of sweet peppers, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. You'll need 4 cloves of roasted garlic, and for your spices you'll need chili pepper, oregano, pepper, and salt for your spices. And then you'll also need what I have in here is your choice of meat. And today's choice of meat, it is going to be, we're doing hamburger meat. So it's already started, and just so you guys can kind of see what's going on, we're going to go ahead and dump everything on in here. So what goes in here now is a cup of onion and a cup of sweet peppers. And we're just going to dump those right on in. Okay, guys? And then we're going to dump in our roasted garlic. So as you notice, chili, I consider it to be super, super, super personal. It's just really up to you. I use roasted garlic because that's my choice, and that's usually what I have around the house as well. I also, as you notice, I use sweet peppers, and these are the brand of sweet peppers that I use. They're little tiny peppers. They're extra sweet peppers. I like a little bit of sweetness in my chili, so it's just really up to you what you want to use. You can use bell peppers. If you want a little spice, you can use those as well too. It's just really up to you, but those are the peppers that I use, and I used just a plain yellow onion. And so what I did is I just dumped everything in here at this juncture, guys, as well too. You can use, the meat is going to be your choice. Today I chose to use a lean hamburger meat. You can use turkey if you want to. If you're not into beef or red meat, you can use ground chicken, ground turkey. There are plenty if you're into that type of thing. So it's just really up to you. And what you want to do is have your heat, which if I didn't say, you're going to have your heat on medium high, and you're just going to get all this combined together. So what's in the pan again is your choice of meat. My choice of meat tonight is ground beef, lean, and I think mine is an 80-20 mix. I have a cup of yellow onion chopped. Then I also have a cup of the sweet peppers chopped. Again, that's just my brand. You guys can use any type of pepper. You can use a bell pepper if you don't want the sweetness into your chili. You can use a hotter pepper. I mean, however you guys want to use it. When I didn't have sweet peppers, I used bell peppers. So you guys can use however you want to. But the one thing you want to keep doing while you're doing this is just to make sure that you're mixing this around and making sure that it's not going to stick. And what I forgot to say is I'm using my ever so trusty 4-quart Dutch oven. Again, guys, if you don't have a Dutch oven, please don't run out and buy a Dutch oven. You can use a stock pot. You can use just a deep pot in general. Just whatever you have at home, you can make work for your chili. So don't be alarmed. So what you want to do is make sure that you are mixing this and stirring it quite often, just to make sure it's not sticking. So this is what it's looking like right now. And I'll move this so you guys can see. So this is what it looks like. It's bubbling fairly good. You guys, what you also notice is that my recipe, once it goes up and it's live, you'll see the options to add beans into the chili. Tonight, I have a house full of people that don't want beans in their chili, so we're not gonna do that. So tonight, this is gonna be a beanless chili, which ends up working well for my family. What you want to do is just make sure, if you are going to add beans into the actual, let me get you pulled up here. You guys ask questions away. I can physically see kind of your questions as you're talking to me. And I will go ahead and answer those as I go. But if you want to add beans, the one thing that you want to be careful about the beans is that you want to make sure you add 2 cans of this. So you have 1 can of sauce. And also too, guys, if you like your chili to be a little, I don't want to use the word watery, but not less thick, you can also add another 8 ounces of sauce to this, and it'll kind of make it a little less watery as well too. Hi, Malia. So my daughter just walked in, and you can tell it's kind of dinner time. So we're still going here. And also too, guys, while this part is going, you want to make sure that you preset your oven to 400 degrees. And that way we can get our dogs going. And so while this is going, it's almost done. You want to make sure this cooks down to where your onions and peppers are a little soft, or they have a little bite, is what I like to refer to my vegetables in my chili. Again, if you like them all the way rendered down, it may take a little bit more time, but we like ours and our chili to know that they're there. So this is just about done. While this is going, guys, again, heat that oven 400 degrees. While this is going as well, you want to get a sheet pan, cover it with foil, and spray it down with cooking spray. And we'll get to that here in just a second. Hi, Joyce. Thank you. I love my hair. Hi, Danielle. There's a wonderful pot. Yes, that wonderful pot. And I have an answer to your question, Danielle. So my husband, he told me he got this from Sam's over the Christmas break. I got it for Christmas, so this is where I got it from. But I know they can, you can get these at any place, whether it be Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, kind of whatever, wherever you can find a Dutch oven. I think these were super cheap. I think he got 2. I got a 4-quart and a 7-quart in my packaging. So I hope that answers your question, and happy early birthday to kind of answer that. So while I have everything down, guys, I'm going to go ahead. My vegetables look fairly good right now. So I am going to go ahead and add in my sauce. And guys, you can do this however you want. And again, let me tell you about the sauce. If you like your chili to be a little bit more runnier, you can add in another 8 ounces of sauce. I am going to suggest, if you add beans into your chili, which I know that's the big debate, beans, no beans. Tonight we're having no beans. If you have beans in here, you definitely will need these, because it'll thin it out. I'm hungry. And my aunt says she wants beans with her chili. So I'm with you, Joyce. I just got outruled over here with my family. Nobody wants beans in their chili. So I added into the sauce. Tonight I'm only using 1. And then I chose to go with the fire roasted diced tomatoes. You guys, if you don't want them fire roasted, you don't have to. You can just get the plain diced tomatoes. It's not even that big of a deal. But this is a flavor that we tend to like here in the house, so this is what we're gonna go with. The fire roasted tends to has a little bit more flavor into the actual tomatoes, so that's the reason why we no beans. So we are definitely about to do. There's no beans tonight, Cynthia, I promise. Oh, I love chili. Okay, so we have all this going in. Again, I was just talking about the fire roasted tomatoes. You guys, that's the choice we choose to do here. Basically, it's just a tomato that's heated up and kind of blisters the skin, and that kind of gives it that fire roasted kind of smoky flavor. And that's what I like in my chili, since I'm doing this all from cans and things like that. So I'm gonna add in my spice mix. Again, what's in my spice mix is chili powder, oregano, salt, and pepper, okay? That's all that's in here, and you're just gonna dump that right on in so you guys can physically see it. So you guys can see that's what my chili looks like right now. My heat is on medium, and so that's what it's gonna look like. And so you're just gonna mix it up, and it's gonna turn super dark. Guys, this chili has a great flavor. If you have an imagination, you can add all type of things to your chili. It's just wherever you want to do, but I chose to go a traditional route with my chili. This tends to be a tried and true recipe. This is very smoky. It has a lot of earthy flavors to it, and it's super simple. So it's not something that is, I want to basically call it kind of like foolproof is what I call my chili. It's super easy, one pot, and and you're done. So now that I have everything stirred in, you're just gonna let this kind of meld together and cook down. You're gonna bring it to a boil, and then you're gonna drop the heat. So right now we have it on between medium high. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, guys, and then we'll come back to it, okay? And then we're gonna hop over to make our cheese dogs. So give me just a second. Again, you wanna go ahead and let your chili get to a boil, and then we're gonna knock it back down to like a medium to medium low heat to let it simmer to get that chili like you've cooked all day. This chili will taste like that when you're done. It's all about adding the flavors into your chili, whether it be through more chili powder, whether it be through me using the fire roasted tomatoes. It's just really up to you how you want to incorporate that, but this chili is very hearty and good with the cold weather that's going on. So we're gonna cover, and then we're gonna jump to so we're gonna go ahead and jump to I'm gonna move my iPad so I don't hurt somebody. We're gonna jump to our cheese dogs, and we're gonna talk a little bit about those. And my Aunt Joyce is talking about corn chips and all type of things you can do with chili. You guys can do whatever you like to the chili. I personally, I can hear the boos coming. I tend to like black beans or pinto beans or red kidney beans in my chili. I like to live on the edge a little bit. If you guys also want to add a little bit of spice to it, a little red pepper flake will kind of take that up a notch as well too. So, as I'm getting that, you guys hold tight. We'll switch on over here, and I'm going to show you how to make my super simple, easy cheese dogs. The kids will go wild if you have younger kids. Hold tight, and I'll be right back. Hey! Alright guys, so I'm going to grab my croissant dough out. And so guys, I went ahead, and so tonight I'm using the crescent rolls, the Pillsbury ones. You guys, you don't have to use these, but this is what's going to make it super easy, super quick, and something that you can easily just get in the oven 10 minutes out while this is cooking for the last 10-15 minutes. You can get these in, out. If you have little hands around, grab them and make them come roll, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is grab your sheet pan, wrap it in foil. Make sure you spray your foil so they don't stick, okay? And then what I do, you can have a piece of parchment or you can have a piece of wax paper. So tonight, I've already made some, and I'll show you what they look like, but I'm going to show you. So you're going to tear these apart, give it a little stretch, okay? If you have kitchen shears, I would do this, or if you don't, you can use a knife. And basically what you're going to do, and guys, I'm going to try to do this as careful as I can without trying to hurt, so you guys can see. all you're basically gonna do is just cut it down the middle. There's no science to this, just cut it down the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's nothing super bad here. So stretch a little, stretch down this way a little, and your dough should be cold. You don't want warm dough. Hey, Mr. Daisies. He's waiting for his hot chili. Hi, Janae. And so you're just gonna, again, we're making the cheese dogs. We're just gonna cut it down the middle. There's no science to this. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you have 4 little pieces here. This is not gonna look perfect, guys. There's nothing the matter with that. So, and I have a little cheddar cheese. And you know, guys, those little smokies that we used to have in barbecue sauce at those sleepovers, kind of nostalgic. This is exactly what you're gonna use for those chili dogs. And you can buy these where you can find like sausage or your bacon or breakfast food, and they come with little smokies that have different flavors. They have beef, and I think they have a pork, and I think I saw a chicken, which was super strange. But however you want to do these is you grab a little smoky, grab your cheese, and then you're just gonna press, you're gonna take the cheese and just kind of press it into the dough a little bit. And also too, guys, while this is going, if you don't want to use cheese, not a problem. You can make these dogs minus cheese if you want to. If you're lactose and you don't want to do that, you can do that as well too. The last batch that I made of these, I had to make half no cheese, half with cheese. Again, we are definitely a house divided. So what you're gonna do is take your little smoky that you have. You're gonna start at the little end tip, and then you're just gonna roll. You're just gonna continue to roll. That's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna roll it up. And that's all you're gonna do. So guys, you have your little cheese dog. So, and then you're just gonna place it on your foil. So again, you're gonna take your little smoky, you're gonna take the smaller end or the skinnier end, and you're just gonna roll. No science, guys. Get those little hands to work. And if you got teenagers, make them roll this for dinner. I'm sure they'll appreciate it more. And I'll make one with no cheese because we have half and half here at the house. All right, and the last little smoky, I'm just gonna wrap it up. And we're gonna be done here. All right, guys, and so when you're done with this, just make sure you... All right, guys, so these are going into the oven, 400 degrees. Depending on your oven, 10 to 12 minutes. Mine takes exactly 10 minutes, and then they come out ready to go. The chili itself is still going. It is now simmering. It's already been to a boil, and I'm just gonna give it a quick stir before I pop this into the oven, because this chili will be done in 10 minutes time we pop these out. So just a second, let me pop these in. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get the camera and navigate it over here so you guys can physically see what the chili looks like at this navigation. And then you guys can see the next step. So as you can see, it's at a nice simmer. Your chili has come together. And then what you want to do is just leave it is down between medium low and just kind of medium, and it's still coming to a little boil. This chili is super good. Like I said, again, very hearty, ready to go. Basically, guys, once this has come to a boil and you turn it down, it is ready for you to eat and put on the table. This is a no fuss, no mess chili. It doesn't require a lot of work other than opening cans and putting in putting them into bowls. And you guys, the actual things that you want to put into your chili, whether you have cheese or sour cream or some green onions, If somebody has a spicy side, they want to pop some like fresh jalapenos on top, you can do that as well too. But the chili is actually ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna put some in a bowl because I know my family's ready to eat. And I want to show you guys as well too what the little cheese dogs come out to look like so you guys can physically see. So this is exactly what the little cheese dogs look like, guys. They come out super cute, brown on top. Some of these have, some of them don't, but they're super easy to eat. It's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like having the cornbread with the chili. This is kind of my substitution. So if you guys, please feel free to like make cornbread with this chili. That's a whole nother thing, but this is a substitution for that cornbread. It also gives you a different type of meat. However you guys want to do that, but I'm going to scoop out a bowl so you guys can physically see it. And do you want cheese in your chili, David? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to scoop this out. It's done, guys. Super quick. About 20 minutes from start to finish. Opening cans. Again, if you're just joining and you want to add beans, please don't be afraid to add the beans. I know it's a push-pull situation. Here tonight, the beans did not win. But if you guys want to add beans, the recipe itself does have beans in it. They are optional. You can remove them. Just remember, if you are going to add the beans, you will need to add 16 ounces of sauce to kind of even it out and it not be so chunky. If you like your chili chunky, then I would say stick with the 1 can of sauce, okay? So as you guys can see here, you can see my fire roasted tomatoes. They actually have a little depth to them that I just came out of a can. You can physically see that. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. My husband decides he wants cheese tonight, which that'll work. If you guys have questions while I'm going over, hi. You can do that, and then we're just gonna place the cheese dogs. This is yoink. My daughter's trying to steal the cheese dogs. She's trying to steal the cheese dogs, guys. It is never a dull moment. So you just build it up, and that's your 20-minute chili and your cheese dogs. And I'm gonna run over here so you guys can physically see that. And can you post this recipe? All right, guys. Let me get in here. Get it out the oven. They're still going. But you guys can physically see. The recipe will go up in the comments, but you guys, soup is ready. I went ahead and pre-made these so they're good to go. This chili will last in the fridge. It's good to reheat. If you guys decide, oh, I want to find something else to do exactly with the chili, then you guys, for leftovers, a couple things you can do. I remember growing up with chili, we made a pot of chili and we had them over Fritos. And then we added the cheese on top. So it's really up to you. And then the other thing that I remember as a kid growing up, as I'm looking for silverware and it's never in its proper place. The other thing that I remember growing up about chili is I remember boiling a pot of noodles and putting the chili on top of the noodles. And that way we can have leftovers that way as well too. So however you guys want to make this chili last, if you just want to eat it plain, you want to spice it up, it's really up to you. But this is tonight's Chef Jocelyn's chili and cheese dogs. Like anything, the recipe will always be posted into the comments. If you guys have questions, comments, please feel free to ask them into the comments and I usually can respond right back. If you guys have missed recipes that you want to check the garbage disposal. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my dishwasher has always eaten spoons and forks. If you guys have missed recipes that you remember that I've done, you can always go check my blog, sugarplumppastries.com/blog. And all my recipes will appear there as well. As always, there are things that are not in the recipe that I talk about in the video, like side items. There are different types of recipes that I'll talk about, and different type of measurements that are always in the video that are not posted to the actual recipe itself. So again, like always, guys, don't forget to follow me here every Thursday at 7:30. Wait, is next Thursday? Wait, when is Valentine's Day? Wednesday. Is that Wednesday? Okay, so never mind. I will be here next Thursday since it's after Valentine's Day. But as always, you guys can keep up with me at Snapchat. You can always follow me on Instagram, and you can always follow me here every Thursday for Facebook Live, where we'll have a different recipe. So guys, join me back again next week, 7:30, same time, and then we'll chit chat again. And I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night.